everyone. Welcome to Plastic Profiles. I am Agent Chuckles.
And I'm Steve, the writing dad.
And we are here with our Cobra Convergence special, Cobra Convergence 7 special. Today we're doing our regular Plastic Profiles episode about Storm Shadow. What we do here at Plastic Profiles is review a classic G.I. Joe figure and its file card, and then compare it to a more modern interpretation to determine which of the two best represents that character.
Yep.
And today, Storm Shadow. So excited.
I have been hyped about this figure, man.
Yeah. This is great. So the wrinkle about this one is that we have three figures to look at today. So we have the classic 1984 Storm Shadow. We've got the classified version, which is the standard mainline release. And then we've got the Walmart exclusive retro cardback Storm Shadow. We're just gonna have to get into it and see which one best represents Storm Shadow based on his file card from the 1984 figure.
Yes.
So let's get into it. So here's the file card. Let me embiggen that. There we go. So Cobra Ninja, codename Storm Shadow, primary military specialty assassin, secondary military specialty intelligence, birthplace classified. Storm Shadow can trace his family history through 30 generations of assassins. He can scale sheer walls with bare hands and feet, move with blinding speed, and endure unspeakable hardship and pain. He's qualified expert in longbow, samurai sword, throwing stars, nunchaku sticks, 8th degree black belt, and 5 martial arts. And then his quote about him: the great ninja assassin clans disappeared 100 years ago. If they were wiped out, nobody took the credit for it. And if they're still around, who are they working for? So
that's just so cool, man.
Yeah, that's the Coolsville cool. Right there.
Yes. Yeah. And what kid, and this was it for me, this was awesome because like what kid hasn't gravitated towards ninjas?
Right.
At some point, and they thought it was cool.
Right.
Yeah. Oh man.
Particularly in the 80s, that was the modern day heyday of the ninja. You had the Shinobi video games, you had many movies with ninjas.
Yep. I love ninjas, man. I think I was a ninja for Halloween like 5 years in a row, But then, when you're a senior in high school, that's kind of not cool anymore.
Then you finally stop wearing it to school. Right?
Then
because you graduated.
Out, like, wait a minute. Yeah.
So a cool thing about him too is he's wearing white. This kind of goes with the Stormtrooper. I slipped when I said Stormtrooper, but it's sort of the same. Like, they're bad guys, but they're in white. They're not. The villain is typically in the darker colors. Particularly with Cobra. But here he is in bright white, ready to cut you up.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So let's learn a little bit about the ninja. So we're going to ninja go do your homework. Sorry. All right. So that's Shinobi cool. Is what they were more commonly referred to as. Shinobi translates into one who sneaks. Until sometime after World War II, that's when ninja became the more used term. Ninja meaning one who is invisible. They were considered the anti-samurai and were disdained by those belonging to the samurai class, but were even employed by samurai themselves to carry out operations that were forbidden by the samurai's Bushido code. They were covert.
That's actually pretty cool.
It really is. It really is.
You learn this stuff later on that because you just start as a kid. You don't have a mind for all of this research. Plus it wasn't readily available unless you had a parent that was really good at it.
Right.
And then you're getting them, and you're just like, ninjas are just so cool. They're awesome with the sword. They can throw throwing stars. And as an adult, you still have that love, and then you get to find out the real cool, like, legit stuff that they were capable of. The things that they did.
Yeah. They were covert agents, guerrilla warfare experts, or mercenaries in feudal Japan. Their functions including siege, infiltration, ambush, reconnaissance, espionage, deception, and bodyguarding. So they did whatever you wanted, pretty much.
You feel any comparisons to the CIA? Mm. Yeah.
I mean, I've never met
Just
a
little
United
bit.
States government ninja, but I bet they have a whole flock of them.
No, I mean, it's just in what they do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a ninja for the United States government. They must have some. G.I. Joe does. They were born into the profession with their traditions passed down through the generations, like the samurai. So that applies. We know that Storm Shadow's, that he's comes from a long family of ninjas.
Mm-hmm.
There's no evidence to suggest that they were all black. Probably more common to be dressed as a civilian to blend in. So yeah, so in the 80s, I can think of Ninja Gaiden, right off the top of my head, as a ninja that was in all black. You often saw them in all black.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of any other ninjas that wore anything other than black, except for Storm Shadow.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, they probably didn't have a uniform per se. Unless they were involved in an actual war being used on the battlefield, they might have had something then, maybe. I don't,
Yeah.
I have to get in my
They
box to find that
they
out.
wore civilian clothes in the battlefield.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. Excuse me. I gotta get to my oxen.
Yeah. So now that we've learned about the ninja, let's learn a little bit about the Arashikage. Arashikage, baby, do the conga. Arashikage. Yeah, well, I try.
Yeah.
I try. I didn't sit around for hours thinking of that. Honestly,
No, it feels natural.
It just rolled right out the tongue. Arashikage translates into Storm Shadow. The Arashikage clan worked as shadowy assassins, using deception to earn their keep as ninjas, as well as developing a reputation for being able to perform impossible tasks. Their remote compound was hidden in the mountains of Japan. Only those who truly proved their worth and commitment to the Arashikage katas and discipline were allowed full membership into the clan. This was denoted by the tattooing of the clan symbol on the forearm, the 63rd hexagram of the I Ching, which you can see at the bottom of the screen there. The I Ching 63 represents the idea that after the completion of a project or grand enterprise, there is still much to do. Completion is merely a pause in the cycle of creation and decay, a momentary still point for the swinging pendulum of life. So, yeah, even when you think you're done, there's still a lot more to do. Keep it
awesome.
Up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually.
I guess another way you could look at it is
don't ever give up. Right now. Yeah. That's actually so deep. I'm come up. The more you know.
That's right. And knowing is half the battle.
Half the battle.
It's 3/4 of the battle. So, Storm Shadow and his qualifications. His body is a wonderland of death.
Yeah.
Storm Shadow is an 8th degree black belt in 5 martial arts. Did you know in Taekwondo there's only 16 certified 8th degree black belts in the United States?
Oh,
just a fun little fact. Yeah, there's only 16. So in 5 martial arts times 5 would be Storm Shadow.
Right. Goodness.
Yeah. Now this is a list of some notable black belts. Obviously, I'm not saying that they're ready to go be ninjas, but it's just fun to know that these people, have some, skill. So Joe Rogan, we got Emmanuel Webster Lewis.
Oh,
we got James Cagney, Sean Connery, Ed O'Neill. We got Buffy, Sarah Michelle Gellar, James Caan. He's a 6th degree. Wow. Eric Roberts, Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah.
Sean Patrick Flannery,
one of my favorite movies ever.
Of the Boondock Saints. Yeah. He's a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Taekwondo.
Brazilian?
All Brazilian. There's million, trillion, bajillion, and then Brazilian. Catherine Winnick, Lagertha from the Vikings TV series. She is a 3rd degree black belt. Uh, Devin Aoki. I don't even know who she is, but the kids watching it might know who that is. Evan Rachel Wood. And now here's the most fascinating thing. Bear Grylls is a second-degree Shotokan karate black belt and trains in ninjutsu.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, that it's pretty cool, but you know, he was a former SAS agent.
Oh, okay.
You know, so it kind of okay. I can see that. You know, I can see that.
Well, you know, when he's done training, he just drinks real Gator aid.
Just
yeah.
squeezing out the tail to get the last.
Yeah, like a roll of toothpaste. Just there you go. Now, Storm Shadow's qualifying weapons, according to his file card, it said longbow, the nunchaku sticks, the samurai sword, and then throwing stars. So when they said longbow, they probably mean the Yumi. But when you look at the actual toy he comes with, it looks more like a hankyu. I'm sorry if that's not how you say those. The Yumi translates is Japanese for bow. The hankyu translates into half bow. And his bow that he comes with is very small. So I think it's the hankyu. I could be wrong. It just kind of looks like that. So that's what I went with. The katana, the nunchaku sticks, and then throwing stars. Those are all pretty self-explanatory. So those are the weapons that the file card claims he is qualified to wield. Then we have his packaging from the 1984 figure. Oh gosh, it's so beautiful, so beautiful. You know, the hard part about these figures, this particular figure, by now most of them are kind of like they've looked like they smoked several packs of cigarettes. They're not quite anymore. And it's heartbreaking, especially because that one will have the bright red logo, because that logo tends to go wonky colors too. But when you can see one like this one here in the picture, it's just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. So we also see the cross sell on the back, all the other figures available. Don't look at those. Steven, we don't know any of the characters yet. No cheating. So now we're going to take a closer look at the figure. So his accessories that he came with a bow. Now again, I think it's the hankyu. Sorry again, bow. The katana. He comes with a smaller sword, which should be the wakizashi. And then he's got his nunchuck sticks. He's got the backpack that the sword, everything goes into his backpack, which is not really something that G.I. Joe did a lot of back then. But for him, it just made his figure.
And I thought it was
amazing.
The coolest thing ever.
Oh, you know? It is. It is. He does have 2 throwing stars molded into his belt. And he's got a knife tucked in his belt as well. So he's got 3 blades on him, if you count what he's actually, you know, on his toy. And yeah, just an amazing figure. He doesn't need to hide. He's just gonna come at you in this bright white.
Yep, that's it. I'm shining, baby.
That's right. That's right. The only thing that has always bothered me about this figure are his eyes are a little bit lifeless. They're like a doll's eyes.
I can see that.
That's the only thing that's
ever. What you mean? But I'll tell you this though.
The production standards on this show.
Oh my goodness.
And we're rolling with it. It's fine. It's fine. Hi. I'm a puppet. Oh, hi.
You see a big hand and strings. Like, all of a sudden, I'm like, God damn it. No, but I was thinking about this because I was comparing the 2 figures, you know,
right.
3, right?
Right.
But if he was a true ninja, right? And from what we've learned, you want him to look like that. Like the other guy has an angry face on him. You know, you can tell his facial features more. He's very bland here.
Oh, we're not there yet.
You know.
No, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. So let's get into that. Let's take a look at the other guys. So here's the standard classified release packaging. The box art was done by Yuko Shimizu. You can find them at Instagram at Yuko Art. So yeah, so there's the package. We got a little bit of art. Now there is a little bit more to the art, but I couldn't find any extra picture. Because if you turn the box sideways, you see there's another picture of Storm Shadow up to the top right corner of that image. But yeah, it's a cool picture. You can find this poster for sale online. There's 3 or 4 different classified series figures, box art have been made into posters, and or you can go to eBay. I'm sure you can get 18 different sizes of this on eBay, but I don't go into that wasteland as much as I can help it. But anyways, so here's the box. Let's look at the figure, and there he is there. And he's got quite a few accessories himself. He's got 2 swords. He's got it's the size difference isn't as quite as glaring as in the original figure, but he does have, I believe, one is supposed to be the katana and one should be the wakizashi. He does have a bow. He has 1 loose arrow, so you can simulate the bow shooting action. He's got 2 hood pieces, so he's got the down hood collar, and or you can take that off and put on the hood over top. And then he's got his backpack with the quiver, and then the swords go into that, and then molded into his sash. I guess you might call that strap across his chest. Anyway, there's 2 throwing stars molded in, so you get a good representation of his weapons that he's qualified to have. But yeah, you were saying about his expression.
Yeah. So his eyes are, downcast. They look like a regular person's eyes. Like you can see he's angry, and then those are the details you're gonna take in. Right. That other guy walking past you, or you're like, all right, dude, I'm just gonna be on my way. There's nothing noticeable about you, right. Simple Joe. But this guy, he stands out.
No, that's a good point. That's a good point. Yeah, I can see that. He looks a little more armored up, and I think his hands are gloved maybe for the bow and arrow.
Right.
But he looks like he's wearing a lot of armor, and to me that wouldn't necessarily be it might weigh him down, might make things a little more clunky when he's trying to crawl through Hasbro's offices and things like that.
And gather sales information.
Yeah. When he's trying to get things for Galoob or Mattel. I don't know. I don't think Galoob's around anymore. All right. So we've looked at the classic figure. We've looked at the classified. And again, we've got a third figure to enter the ring here. We have the Walmart exclusive retro Storm Shadow figure. So it's very much the same figure. There are some exceptions though. It's particularly with accessories. So he's got the same swords. He only comes with the hood down piece, the collar piece. He has actually 4 hands, so you have some extra potential posing. One has a shuriken in it, so you can simulate that he's chucking it. One's a fist, and then he's got his 2 sort of sea grip kind of grabby hands. And then he does have a bow. He does have a loose arrow. He does have the backpack with the arrows in the quiver. He does come with a stand. The stand's not going to make or break, but it's cool to have for collecting. And then again, the 2 stars molded into his the chest strap. There are a few paint variations too. Particularly around the wraps on his hands. They're not even just painted different; they're completely different. And then I think the wraps around his legs are a different color, and he might even be a little bit brighter white as well. But I've looked at them side by side. I don't see that much of a difference. But
so are they the same size?
They are the same size. Yes, they're the same scale as each the classified and the Walmart figure are the same size. Of course, there's 6-inch scale, so that would be 1/12 scale, while the classic Storm Shadow figure is 3 3/4 inch. Not quite 1/18, but around there scale. But he does have the same face, same expression. So I don't know. What do you think? We've looked at all 3 figures now. What is your Storm Shadow in the Storm Shadow
So,
Showdown?
Now I'm gonna say, just in comparison to the two more modern figures, right off, I feel like the Walmart exclusive, he's a little bit more leaner. You know,
Mhm.
he doesn't come off as buff,
Right.
right? Which that was an issue with for me with the other modern figure. You know, he just comes off buff, very menacing. You know,
Mhm.
right off the bat, like you look at
Right.
this dude and it's like, man, this dude could crush my face. I'm not messing with him. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I feel like as a ninja, you have to be agile. You know, his card says he could scale sheer walls. Man,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
a lot of muscle to carry. You know, I know I'm
Mhm.
getting too into it, but I'm serious.
No,
Like you would
no, this
think
is
that
how we
they
roll.
were,
This is
and
how we roll
it's,
here on Plastic
you know,
Profiles.
yeah, heck yeah. You would think he would be a smaller dude and slighter. You
Right.
know, the muscle, yes, he's going to be super strong, but the muscle is more, you know, of
He's going to be
that
more toned
corded,
than
that
bodybuilder.
corded, lean,
Right.
you know, muscle.
Right.
So that was a huge, like, kind of like red flag for me
Right.
with the other one. Other than that, they're pretty much the same. I didn't like the gloves on the not the Walmart exclusive,
The
the other
middle one, the
modern
regular
one.
classified.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
regular classified. I
Mhm.
didn't like the gloves on that because they look like the karate gauntlets that, you know, the kids wear, the pattern
Right.
for the
Right.
forearms. So I just didn't like that part right there. I can understand you had said something about them being on a battlefield or whatever because he was
Mm.
more armored up. I can
Mm.
totally see that if that was the case. You know, then you want a big guy like that. You know, but his job was espionage. You
Right.
know, assassination.
Mhm.
Basically, that's what he's there for. So the more modern, the retro classic,
Yes,
out.
the one with the pose,
Okay, that's the retro classic,
the
right?
far right one is the
Okay,
Walmart
so
exclusive.
the Walmart exclusive, he got it
Yeah.
on that out of those two, right?
Okay.
Now the classic though, I like it. I kind of dig it, man, because he's so slight in frame.
Right.
The dead eyes,
Right.
you know, and that's the dude that's gonna run up on you and kind of, you know, shank you, and
Mhm.
then no one can see what happened, like,
Right.
you know, and they can't remember anything, nothing. So it's really tough for me, and it's gonna maybe people are gonna think I'm crazy, but I'm gonna go with the original figure just because of that.
Oh. 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 Well
I'm
done.
gonna
Well
go.
done.
I know that was a big, long-winded way, but we finally got
No, it's good
there.
because
Like,
I think this is the first time you've chosen an original figure
yeah,
outside of our very first episode with Breaker.
yeah.
The
No,
video is available on YouTube. You can check it out
that's
just after
right.
this
Check
one.
it out and hit the like and subscribe button. Yeah.
Hold on. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
Okay, so my train of thought pretty much, I mean, it really followed yours pretty closely. So when I
That's awesome.
see the regular classified version, I
Hmm.
see like Ken from Street Fighter. I see like he's
Mm.
just like he can't even comb his hair. His arms are so big. It's just,
Right.
you know. Um, and then I look at the Walmart retro exclusive.
Mm.
A lot of the words there, Storm Shadow figure, and and he's built the same, but he's less bulky because of his hands and his forearms.
Hmm.
Um, he's got the extra hands so he can throw ninja stars. So and it actually looks like he can use ninja stars because he's holding them.
Right.
But I think you're onto something with that the original figure is a little smaller, a little less reserved expression because
Hmm.
he doesn't want you to know as a ninja,
Right.
deception
What
is
he's
all
thinking.
about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you see a guy with those eyebrows coming down, you know there's trouble.
Now I'll say this: if that retro figure came with a more, we'll call it a relaxed head,
Hmm.
which this is an adult show, so I can say that.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
If you got it, you got it. Like
a head with a more like, you know, neutral face. and gave me the rage too. I think I'd pick that, but I'm going classic 1984. Storm Shadow is the winner.
Yeah.
I think he more accurately.
That's the guy you're not going to see coming.
That's right. He more accurately portrays who that file card describes than the other ones. It's not about the quality of the figures. These other two newer figures are arguably better figures, definitely better articulation, better quality of plastic, whatever. But that original Storm Shadow is more Storm Shadowy than the other guys. And so then we both agree. Boom. Done.
Yeah.
All right. So now is the fun part. Casting call. There it is. Okay. So, do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
No, you go first.
All right. So, the gentleman. Oh yeah. So let me explain for any new viewers. In our casting call, there's only one rule. Oh, welcome to casting call. Bonus episode of casting call. So what we do in casting call is we cast who we want to play the particular character that we're looking at for the day. So we're looking at Storm Shadow. The only rule is they have to be from the home state, or in this case, home country of the character that they're playing. So we had Breaker from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. We picked any actor from Tennessee. We had who else have we looked at? Stalker, guys from Detroit, Michigan. Anybody from Michigan. Didn't have to be Detroit, but anybody from Michigan. So Storm Shadow, we don't really know where he's from. We can take a guess that he's probably from Japan, but he could be Japanese American. Based on this file card, we don't know. So that rule is relaxed a little bit. He doesn't have to exactly be from Japan, but he could be of Japanese descent. And it could even be a she. If you found a she,
right?
I'm up for it. They've just got to be able to represent Storm Shadow on screen to the best. Now, we did have a Snake Eyes movie with a great Storm Shadow in it, but I'm not going to use that guy. Even though I love him as Storm Shadow was great, but that would make this less interesting. So, my Storm Shadow is Hiroyuki Sanada.
God darn you.
I think he literally was born to play Storm Shadow.
Gosh, darn you.
He's been training since he was 8 years old in martial arts. He's been taking Shirinji Kempo, which is a form of Shaolin Kung Fu. He's master, or I won't say master. He's got skills in several different martial arts. He's been in Last Samurai, John Wick, 47 Ronin, Mortal Kombat. I mean, the only thing he doesn't have going for him is he's a little bit old at this point. But that's not what we're worried about here. This is a fantasy cast. We're not looking to cast it today. You know, who could embody this character the best? So I picked Hiroyuki Sanada.
I hate you because that was my pick.
Well, that's okay. That
was my pick.
Did you use the same picture? What picture did you use?
I got the one over Google, dude. Like, yo, hold on. Let me share my screen. You see the?
There he is. Yep. Yeah, that's him. Yeah,
that's him, dude.
I think great minds. I think he was born to play Storm Shadow. You know, get him out of that Mortal Kombat thing. Put him in G.I. Joe. You know, he certainly could be a member of the Arashikage clan.
See that,
but he could definitely be Storm Shadow.
Yeah, man. And even at his age now, you know, for anybody out there like I was still stuck on the age thing, even at his age now, you know, think about just maybe it's been a time frame. You know, he's been with with Cobra for, 15, 20 years at this point. You know, he's always a veteran. Now, he's still going to be able to get the job done because now he can fit in with a completely different crowd, you know. So that's That's the same dude I picked, man, hands down.
Yep.
I love him in everything that he's in.
Yep.
Okay,
Same.
and you know he does his own stunts when he does the movies. Meaning that he took the time and he learned a style of Bushido. I'm not Bushido of Japanese sword style. You know, to fight, and like I just thought it was awesome, man.
Yep.
Don't sleep on him in Rush Hour 2.
No, don't do it. Don't do it. Yep. I think that's definitely great minds think alike. He was meant for this part. So awesome. Well, that's it. So the final verdict is 1984
cool.
classic Storm Shadow, played by Hiroyuki Sanada. And then there you go. So let's go back to this screen here. Hey, there we are.
Just so we know, we've been like simpatico, dude. Like we've been on it today.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
And just so you know, we don't discuss any of this. You know, we know what we're gonna do. You know, and we know what the rules are because you know we set them up and we talk about the rules, but we don't know what we're gonna pick. We don't know, you know, what actor we're gonna pick or anything like that. So this is the way we're melding minds, dude.
That's right. That's right. We're getting closer and closer together.
Closer. Yeah. We got this. I'm excited about what the future holds.
That's right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the plastic profiles of Storm Shadow. I know we had a blast. It was a lot of fun putting this together, researching all the ninja stuff for Cobra Convergence 7. I hope that you've enjoyed it. And if you do, please like and subscribe. Like that.
Subscribe. It's right there, right on the bottom, right there. Just go ahead and do that.
Like it and subscribe to it. And, you know, and if you like us, we do things on social media. You can find Agent Chuckles on Facebook at Agent Chuckles. You can find me on TikTok at Agent Chuckles. You can find me on Instagram at Agent Chuckles 9. Where can they find you, Steve, the Writing Dad?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok as the One Writing Dad, and you can find me at thewritingdad.com.
There you go. So, with that being said, I really enjoyed this episode. It was awesome.
This was cool. This was really cool. It was so fun, you know. Yeah. He's a favorite.
Yeah. So we're gonna go back to our regular rotation and do one of the original 13 Joes next. Who will it be? Who will it be? It's not Breaker. We already did Breaker.
Yeah. Could it be? Tune in and find out.
Tune in and find out. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Yo, Joe, and roll out. Said hello, you said hello, and then everything went. All right. What we do here at Plastic Profiles is we review. What are you doing? I'm trying. So my camera across. What we do here at Plastic Profiles is we review a classic G.I. Joe. What?
Sorry, that's on me. I did that one.